What's up, you guys? Today we're gonna be working on this 2004 Nissan Sentra. We're gonna be doing all 4 motor mounts. We got these on Rock Auto. The whole kit was like 30-40 bucks. Made in China. That's the part number for this side. That one goes on this side right here. This one I believe goes on the back. And then this one goes the front. And then this one goes onto the transmission. Well, it's still called the motor mount, but it goes right here. So I think we're gonna start with this one first, since it's the easiest one. Well, it looks like it's the easiest one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the impact and the jack. We're gonna put the jack right underneath the oil pan. Gonna use a 2x4. Gonna apply a little bit of pressure on that. We're gonna use a 15 to remove these. It's actually not even a 15, I think it's a 14. Yeah, it's a 14. I'm gonna go grab that. You can see the split right here. It's all cracked. This is also messed up. You kind of see it right there. Now that's that compared to this one. Looks to be the same, or at least very similar. There wasn't a nut on this side, so I don't know if it's missing or I don't know what the deal is, but I'm gonna find something that threads onto this so we could have it secured to this side. I'm gonna get something to pry on this side a little bit, just so we can line up that bolt hole right there. We got this one in. The engine was actually sagging a little bit to the back, so we had to pry this thing with the crowbar a little bit, just to be able to line up the. Next, we're gonna do this one right here on the transmission, the one that's holding onto that. We're gonna remove this air intake box so we could get to the bolts. So this is a new one. You can see there's 4 bolt holes, the mounting bolt holes, and then it has the one that goes in here. It's gonna be a little tight because the battery tray is right there. I can see 3 of the bolts, and then one of them is back here. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that right now, but I'm gonna start by removing the 4. Oh, actually, first we have to get the jack under the transmission now. So we got these 3 bolts out. We just can't get to the one right here underneath. So what we're gonna do is remove this bolt right here, drop the transmission, and then try to get to it. So it's a 14mm on this side. I believe this is the side that spins. Let me get this cable out of the way. I actually ended up removing the battery because it's really hard to get back here with the ratchet. There is, I believe, 5 13mm bolts. And they're like 12s, I think. Okay, so with those 5 bolts, this battery tray is able to move out of the way a little bit. I'm gonna press on this tab. This one was already unclipped, so I guess press on this tab and remove this from the tray, and then I can move the tray out of the way. This is what came out. This is the whole bolt. So now we should be able to drop the transmission a little more and then get access to this one, which is a 14mm. I'm gonna have to get that with the wrench. We got this one out. This is the one that's gonna go in. It looks very similar, so I don't see why it wouldn't fit. You can see this one was basically pretty much shot. The other side is the same thing. So first we're gonna put these bolts, and then we'll raise it up and put the mounting bolt to the frame. So this one gave us a little more trouble because the bolt was a little thicker than the hole on the actual mount. The mount is the problem, not the bolt. But we just hit it with the flap wheel, like very lightly, and then we were able to get it in. So everything is tight. We're gonna put the tray back on, 5 bolts that hold it in, and secure that to the tray, put the battery on and all that, and then we're done with this side. Now that everything is back on that side, we're gonna move over to the front. So I see that there is one 14 right there, another 14 right here, and then the 14 that holds the mount to the bracket. So I think we're gonna do the 14 that goes through the mount first, and then hit the other 2 with the impact, and we should be able to slide the new one in. We got this one out. Shit. Oh yeah, so it goes like this. There's a narrow on the bushing, so it's like that. You can see it's all torn. The new one also has a narrow. And we're gonna make sure the bolt goes through before we install it. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw this one on, get it tight, and then we'll move over to the one on the back. We're under the car. This is the passenger side. So this is the last one right here. Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a hassle because the bolts are coming in through the top. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a ratchet in here. Damn, I don't even think we're gonna be able to take this one out, to be honest, because you can see that there's no space. Maybe with the ratchet, but I really doubt it. I think we would have to remove this cross member to get it out. And I think that would have been easier to drop that cross member, and then we would have been able to do this one and that one at the same time. Shit, I think I'm gonna do that. This one looks like it's pretty bad as well. So I'm gonna remove this 14. I'm gonna remove that 14. I'm gonna remove this clip right here. I'm gonna remove this other clip right here, and then I'm gonna remove 4 bolts that go across this cross member here. And then I think we should be able to drop this whole thing. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll put you guys back on. So this is the rear mount, because he's completely shot. This one's the worst one, and if we would have known, we would have just removed the whole this whole piece at once, and then we could have done front and rear. But I guess next time we know. We could just drop this 4/17 on the edges, and then the 14mm that go here, and you just pull the whole thing out. And we kept having like a light hunky noise. I'm pretty sure it was this. It wasn't even in here anymore, it was just down here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 14mm, throw on the new motor mount. Make sure you put it on the right way. We're going to put it on like this. We're going to bolt it up and then throw it back under the car and put the 14 millimeters first. I think, yeah, put the 14 millimeters first and then put the 17 millimeters in. So we got all motor mounts replaced. We got that one back there, this one up here in the front, and then both up there on the top. So I guess next time we're gonna remove this if any of these motor mounts have to get replaced. Way easier than doing it from the top. So that's it for this. Oh yeah, it's pretty solid now. That's it for this video. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Yonke_OXC Films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.